we are here to unveil the much-awaited Coursera and ETHRWorld's multimedia ebook on Accelerate Business Transformation, Strategies for Future Workforce. This ebook is the outcome of an extensive campaign which garnered a huge response from the industry leaders and got some really interesting and intriguing insights. I'm not going to let out much because there's something more that we are going to bring it to you. Before that, I will hand over the frame to Dulles.
Thank you. Where is Ankit? That's a hard act to follow after him, right? So let's give a big round of applause to the moderation that he did. So thank you so much. Just a quick introduction. I know, Pradeep, you called my name out, so most of you know by now. The secret is that both of us had a crush on the same girl when we were in school. So, yeah. So we'll leave it for now that we'll probably are standing behind the beer. This probably one session more. Yeah, so we'll probably set the stage for the evening breaks and conversations thereafter. I represent Coursera. I'm the MD for our India and Australia business. I run what we call as the enterprise business, which is essentially selling to all of you, so which is why I'm standing out here. Not the consumer business, but the selling into businesses. So I'm the MD for that business. As Coursera, maybe just a single line, we are in the business of accelerating business transformation through people. So fundamentally, I think the previous questions, can CHROs become CEOs? I guess this is the opportunity, right? Now, I also wanted to introduce my good friend here, Manpreet. And I don't know, who's Kashish here? So there was in the WhatsApp group. So we had this WhatsApp group of most of the delegates here. And Kashish sent out a note earlier today, asking, Savare, 5:30 baje, who is going to come for a run, right? Right, of course, and I saw that message and I was wondering, my God, is this, I'm expected to respond to this, and this is not my time, this is not my kind of thing to do. So some little later, thankfully, I had this wonderful friend of mine speak about, I'm ready to walk. That gave me some comfort. And then he said, uske baad yoga bhi karte hain. So I said, okay, that's a little bit of more my type. So, but there's a little story to it. Manpreet, by the way, while he said he is willing to walk, but he was a 400-meter sprint, state record holder in sprint, right? So that's, and then of course he had his knees and then went into the, for his knees. All right. Now a little context on the book, and prior to that, a little bit more context around why Manpreet, right? We chose him to launch the book here. PwC, as you would know, it's probably about 150-year-old plus, 150 years. You're just celebrating 150 years. This is the 150th year of PwC. Maybe a big round of applause to PwC here. As part of that, they are in the middle of a transformation, right? As they're transforming themselves, and here is what they're trying to do. They're trying to obviously build a competitive advantage. Consulting is a tough business, very competitive business. They're trying to build a competitive advantage. At the same time, improve productivity as an organization. It's a profitable business, but more money, nobody complains about it. At the same time, they are in the business of constantly supporting their clients around innovation and growth, right? So that's at the heart of what they're trying to do. Now, he is the Chief Digital Officer, right? Here is an audience of learners, CHROs, a lot of them here, and a couple of CEOs, but he's actually a Chief Digital Officer, who, by the way, is actually a chartered accountant. And he tells me that he came into the job thinking that he's going to use technology to transform everything in his digital role, especially PwC. And very quickly he realized that none of the transformation is possible without people and upskilling. So that was his single biggest line that he said. Over the last year, I think we have been working together for about a year with him. And there are many learning paradigms, micro-skilling, and you'll hear a lot of them. There are plenty of booths, and we'll tell you a lot more about it. micro skilling, nano credentials, deep skilling. There will be multiple frameworks that exist. There are a lot of those experiments that they run. But more importantly, more than the learning frameworks, it was the way they came out with assets, right? They were able to build in a short period of time about 200 plus assets that actually help them in the main goals of productivity and innovation. So that was the big business outcome that they had. So with that, I just wanted to maybe Manpreet come over, and I'll have you launch the book. A little background. I know Soumya already spoke about it. Over the last year, I've been speaking to many of you leaders, learning leaders, CSOs, digital officers, tech leaders, learning, CEOs, and we were trying to bring this linkage between learning and transformation and learning and business outcomes, right? Because it's not. I know ROI is not important, but really it's still important, right? Nobody ever says if you can deliver ROI and if you can actually measure things and should demonstrate impact, nothing can be better, right? So that's been a part of the conversation. I want to start by thanking 40 plus odd leaders with whom I had an interaction with. Thanks to every one of you. Some of you are here, some of you are not. But this is a thanks to each one of those leaders that we had participation with. And thank you, Economic Times, in setting that up. And that led to the launch of this ebook, right? So you have some perspectives on this context of transforming your business in the context of how can you use and build a future workforce, right? So that's fundamentally what the videos are about. It's a multimedia book. There is a set of data points. There are some perspectives, and then there are videos, clips that are there. All of you would have a QR code on your tables. That's something that you can scan and take a look at it. And with that, let me ask Manpreet to launch the book for us, Thomas.
The world of work has dramatically changed. Socio-economic issues are riper than ever before. As our world continues to advance, HR and business leaders need to commit to a digital learning ecosystem that help improve how they hire, engage, and retain talent. Join us in a unique crusade as we bring to you exclusive insights on co-creating talent strategies to thrive in the next normal, building a learning ecosystem for forward-looking organizations, identifying critical skill gaps and defining actionable initiatives, realigning global talent management policies and practices, working towards creating a collaborative, flexible, and inclusive workplace through an array of industry interactions, cohort discussions, roundtable conversations, virtual interactions, thought leadership dialogues, leadership blogs, industry stories, all this and one comprehensive multimedia playbook, your guide to survive and thrive in the next normal of work. ETHRWorld and Coursera for Business presents Accelerate Business Transformation, Strategies for Workforce of the Future. Watch this unmatched campaign unfold as we prepare for the grand launch of this intriguing and inspiring multimedia playbook at the Economic Times Phoenix CXO Annual Fest 2022, 21st and 22nd September in Goa. Hashtag Learn Without Limits.
There you go. Now the QR code for Manpreet to formally launch it for us. Pinch करना पड़ेगा ना? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can I just ask my team if we can just have a quick felicitation award for Manpreet as well for all that he has achieved. We had the award.
If I may, I'm going to call in quickly Jayant here in the room. Jayant, are you there? So he's the man who runs digital skilling for me at PwC. And just a quick snippet. 20 years in the firm. When you've run a business, you've run sales, you've run consulting. You think as a CDO, as a part of the leadership team, you know how exactly the business can get changed. And I thought technology could do it all. 18 months into the role, I kind of realized people, culture, attitude, aptitude is possibly the biggest hurdle that you got to cross. And working with partners, we've done a phenomenal job, and I think Jayant, you're at the heart of it. So, take a picture.
Thank you, everybody, and over to you, Soumya.